So today we're moving barns around again. So we're moving the rams into the ones that we decided to keep for selling, into their own special pen now, separate from girls. Go on, buddy. And so now they got to figure out where the pen is. These two just can't figure it out. So these would be January, February lambs. Come on. Come on, that way. That way. Max, come here. Don't block them, please. Come on. So, this is going to be their new home. These are the March, April lambs that just got weaned. And these are the boys we have for sale this year. So on their backs I have the name of the sire written. It's letter. So, and I also have dots on their back to say if they're twin, single, triplet, quad. So, except for ones that I've been cutting off with scissors. But I know he's from Gladiator. Come on, buddy. We got some Dorsets in here too. And some grades. But this is the pen of keepers. That guy's from Snappy. And he's a twin. That little guy's a quad. That guy's from Snappy. He's a twin. This guy's from Jordan. He's a twin. There we go. So you can see I got the initial. So we got, this is Gaston, Dexter, Gladiator triplet, Snappy. I want to keep him, so I'm working on taking his wool off. I don't know how to shear, so I use scissors. There we got another Dexter. Got two gladiators there. A single and a triplet. And this guy is actually from General. He's the youngest in the group. Oh, and they just have to find the little catch panel. If you want to catch them, they won't go in there, but if you don't want to catch them, everybody's got to go in there. So when I'm looking at sheep, sometimes I start chopping their wool off to make sure I'm not missing anything, because the wool actually does hide a lot. So in here we have self-penning sheep. Got one from Force in there, Jordan, Snappy. I don't know. It's hard to see them when they're all walking around like this, but we got some chunky boys. That guy's from Force. He's more British style, the heavier set. And then those taller guys, they'd be from the more Canadian style. But all of them will be looking Canadian kind of when they grow up, because that's what we breed for. So we're looking for a good pair of nuts and good back legs with that wide stance on them. We're looking for wide hip bones, and we're looking for fast growth, because that's the goal of these Suffolks. They're terminal sires, so we choose the fastest growers. We don't care if they're a single, twin, triplet, quad. We got some of all of those in here. And we will give extra credit to the smaller ones, but at the end of the day, we want the most muscular, wide-hipped, good conformation ram we can find, and the number, whether it's a twin or a triplet or a single, isn't highly heritable. I heard it's only 10%. So that would be a really low consideration for us. But I always, we do mostly have twins, so most of these guys would be twins just naturally. There are a few singles, and there is a quad in here too. And so for those who truly believe in buying multiples, we have all of that here. I always say we have something to meet everybody's need, and there's a bunch of guys there. So usually when people come to buy rams, the first thing I'll be asking people is what their goals are from this ram. Like, are they looking to improve a certain trait? Are they looking to add meat? What size are their ewes? All the things that would affect how the ram will perform at their farm, and so that they'll be happy with it. What style do you like? Are you looking for the more, I guess in this country, traditional? I guess it's not really traditional, but are you looking for the slender, showier type? Or are you looking for the blockier British type? So that way I can help people if they want help. If they don't want help, they can have a free-for-all and just choose whoever they want. But if they want advice, those things are important, because one ram doesn't fit all. If your sheep are lacking length, like that ram who just pushed in there, extremely long ram, and he's going to add that length to your sheep. We try to choose for length anyway in all these guys. But if that's the trait you're lacking in your sheep, you should be choosing rams that have a higher amount of that trait, because length, we find, passes on very quickly, as does width. So we got all that. And then if you got, a lot smaller sheep, you might want to choose a smaller Suffolk ram. A good ewe should be able to handle any type of ram. If you want to go to shows, like this guy here, he's not a show sheep. He's a meat machine. But that's one we're actually probably thinking of keeping, because we lost his dad this year in a battle in the ram pen, so probably we're going to keep him. But if you're looking for meat, like this little guy who's the youngest of the bunch, he's a twin. He's a little meat machine, that guy. And he's from, who's he from? Oh, he's from Force. So he's not the prettiest ram, kind of lumpy, but boy, he's going to put meat on sheep. So that's why we kept him. He's got good conformation. He's just, not beautiful like this guy's, more the beautiful style that you bring to a show. So yeah, these are the boys. And then of course we've got the Dorsets. I always focus on the Suffolks, because I guess that's been our breed for the longest period of time. But we do have our Dorset flock is getting bigger by the day, so we have, I think, about 150 Dorset and Dorset cross ewes right now, which is way more than we intended. And we got a few of those guys in here too. This guy would be, he's got Texel in him, so he'd be 3/4 Dorset, with just a little smidgen of Texel to add that extra weight to him. And he's a nice little guy too. He's a twin. You can call the Dorsets here twins. There's a nice boy. Hey, buddy. Well, they gotta get used to this pen, but they were side by side with our replacement ewe lambs, and they're getting just a little too big now that I don't trust the jumping over and wanting to breed. So I don't think they'll jump in with my newly weaned lambs over here, because they'd have no reason to. Nobody would be cycling unless they just want to be jerks. So these are the little the young lambs that just came off their mom about a week ago now, and they're all going to go to homes. They're all sold. But yeah, these rams, I expect that they will all be sold by winter. So if you're looking for a ram, I always tell people come earlier rather than later, because the selection's bigger and they do sell out. That's Joey. He was an accident, a Dorset jumping in, but he's actually a really nice ram. He's a Dorset Suffolk cross. Hey, sweetheart, and you're a nice one too. You're a nice one. Okay, well, someone asked for rams. That's basically what we're looking at here. Give you an idea of the size. This guy's one of our bigger rams. And so is that guy, big guy. But we have representation for all the rams we use. Their offspring are all here too, so I can always put together unrelated breeding groups, and people who have bought rams here before, I can always find them an unrelated ram, because we run about 4 to 6 different Dorset rams unrelated, and we run 8 to 10 Suffolks. So we're a true believer in trying to keep things as little inbred as possible. Not big fan of the line breeding. Anyway, these are the boys. I don't know how this will turn out, but that's an idea. Bye for now, and if you want to see more, please subscribe. Thank you.